Spurs scoreless, an 11-0 run. The Knicks pulled away late in the fourth quarter for a 105-95 win in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Knicks had not lost a game in the postseason since April 23rd, when they were down 2-1 to the Atlanta Hawks in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Knicks guard Jalen Brunson dropped 19 of his game-high 30 in the second half. Here's a couple of bad numbers for the Spurs. They made only 2 of 19 three-pointers in the second half. Spurs star Victor Wembanyama was 2 of 9 on threes. It's time for the Spurs coaching staff to tell the 7'4" Wembanyama to leave that three alone and do his work in the lane. Game 2 is Friday night in San Antonio. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. It's high time that we say the quiet part out loud about what we consider a disgrace, an absolute disgrace to the people of South Los Angeles. Destination Crenshaw, or as I call it, Procrastination Crenshaw, was supposed to be a 1.3-mile celebration of Black Los Angeles. Pocket parks, commissioned art, a cultural corridor along Crenshaw Boulevard, stretching from our studios in Leimert Park down to Nipsey Hussle Square. It was set to complete in 2022. That's right, 2022. We are now in 2026, and the Crenshaw community is still waiting. A grand opening was announced for February 2024. That date passed with not a single artwork installed. Then we were promised that construction would be completed by the end of 2024. That date came and went. Our understanding is that as of last fall, the 8th Council District Office was still scrambling to raise additional monies just to restart the project, which has been paused again and again. But here's what makes my blood boil. City officials had the nerve to tell this community the delays are, quote, a necessary inconvenience, close quote. A necessary inconvenience? First of all, who are you talking to? Second, go tell that to the black business owners who have been coping with construction chaos, breathing dust, enduring years of road closures and the scarcity of available parking, confronting unsanitary conditions, losing customers and revenue, all while the project they were promised still sits unfinished. They wouldn't let a project sit this long in any other part of this city. And for what it's worth, our elected official just happens to be the president of the LA City Council. Meanwhile, the city is laser focused on sprucing things up for the World Cup and the Olympics. Please, if this corridor were in Brentwood or Beverly Hills, it would have been completed on time, on budget, and on the cover of every magazine in town. The Crenshaw community deserves better. They deserve the truth, and they deserve what was promised to them. Now, right now, not when it's convenient, not when the cameras are rolling for the Olympics. Now, this isn't incompetence. This is a pattern. And at some point, neglect becomes a decision. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. As always, we welcome your feedback.
Says she really grew up poor like me. Don't believe in nothing but the Almighty. Just a little jeans and a pure whitey. She never dream forever be nobody wifey. Yeah. She wanna mean a pretty but your heart is a mess. Play you like a villain cause she caught in a way. Tonight I am walking away. 9 to 5 mind and a grind, yeah. Tonight I might fall in love. Depending on how you hold me. I'm glad that I'm calming down. Can't let no one come control me. Keep dancing and call it love. She fights it by falling slowly. If ever you are in doubt, remember what mama told me. Brown skin girl, your skin just like pearls. Your back against the world. I never trade you for anybody else. A brown skin girl, your skin just like pearls. The best thing in the world. I never trade you for anybody else.
Pose like a trophy when Naomi's walking. She needn't ask her for that pretty dark skin. Pretty like Lupita when the camera's closing. Drip broke the levee when my Kelly's rolling. I think tonight she might braid her braids. Melanin too dark to throw her shade. She minds her business and winds her waist. Go like 24K. Okay. Tonight I might fall in love, depending on how you hold me. I'm glad that I'm calming down. Can't let no one come control me. Keep dancing and
to all my brown skin girlies and the boys too. We're about to talk about staying young forever in your look while getting wiser in your brain. That's the ultimate goal, right? It's my birthday, and my friend Dr. Paul Wallace is joining me in the studio. He's a cosmetic dermatologist. He's also a fight doctor. We probably won't need that today, but he's in the Fight Doctors Hall of Fame. He was an Army medic for many years. Went to Harvard, and now he spent a lot of years in Beverly Hills too, doing
27 years in Beverly
27 years in Beverly Hills doing celebrity makeup. If you're from LA, you've seen his giant billboards with his chocolate skin and his all the women models that are on those billboards as well. Cosmetic dermatologist now located in Ladera. Dr. Paul Wallace, welcome.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm excited to be here today.
I know you are. When is this? Okay, we'll get to that. Okay. But you know, people do ask me. They ask me about my hair, my makeup. They ask me about, you know, my youthful look. And so I like to, on my birthday, introduce some of the team that helps me stay, you know, right. Because this is a job I got to be on camera all the time. I do my best to be ready.
Sure, of course.
So I want them to meet you, Dr. Paul Wallace.
Oh, I appreciate it. You've been a pretty easy case.
Thank you.
A pretty easy case. But there's three things that basically happened. I was trying to make sure when I finished with my initial training that, you know, how could we work to bring the best out of each individual? Don't want to make you something, don't want to have to create something, but want to be able to make folks blossom and to look and be their best. And I started off surgically, and from doing facelifts and eyes and noses, lips and breasts and that. And as time has gone on, I've put the scalpel down and said, how can we do this without being invasive? And we have really progressed over the last 30 years. And I am so happy to introduce a couple of brand new things that are pretty remarkable. It's kind of like it was, you know, we talk about the telephone watches now from Dick Tracy back in the old days. Well, we've really got to a point now where there's beauty behind the energy, and we can use that almost exclusively with regards to skin of color, with no damage, no downtime, fabulous results, and I'm just happy to be able to share that.
Right, and you know, you know very well, because I've been a patient of yours, is that I'm a health enthusiast. I don't want anything that's too out there. I'm not judging you if you want to do it, but I don't want any cuts. I don't want to be surgically altered unless I have a sickness or, you know, a tumor or something like that. But there's a lot we can do without surgery now.
Oh, yes. And I'm going to be talking about some of the things with regard to lifting and tightening. I'm going to talk about how we can deal with regards to our chins and double chins and be able to do that, to not have surgery, not have downtime, a painless situation and dealing with lasers. I said there's a tremendous amount of things and benefit that we can get as a people of color. There have been folks who haven't been trained on it, don't know about it, but once they have been, and things that I do, it's absolutely fabulous on what we can do with our skin naturally.
Right, and melanated skin takes specific knowledge. I mean, we've talked about this many times, but in particular when it comes to anything like lasers or some of these other techniques, right, that we've been told you can't do on black people, or people are worried they might get these keloid scars and things like that. but it's possible to overcome those things, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the things, I've had a few of the companies, in particular, I've worked with Cynosure, in particular with regards to that company, we focused on how do we do everything that they do on melanated skin. So I've done clinical trials for them. We've done a lot of testing with regards to it. So I'm really happy to be able to be not so much a trailblazer, but certainly helping to train the other population on how to deal with our skin.
I mean, and to be clear, you've done everything from helping people with their eczema and other skin ailments. I mean, you helped my kid when he had warts, all the way when I think he was like 8, all the way to these very modern techniques for how to look younger but not look weird.
Yeah, I want you to look at your
you don't
best.
want to look.
Yeah,
I mean, no. Well, I don't mean to be mean, but I'm not trying to look like Sharon Osbourne, right?
No, you don't want to look like her, nor you may not want to be part of the Jackson family's look.
Right. Oh, I love the music.
love
their
the music.
hearts.
Love the music.
I mean, Janet looks good, but I'm just saying, like, the Hollywood doing too much crowd, and we all know what we're talking about.
Right. Well, I've certainly passed that time in my practice life where folks don't tell me what I'm going to do. They can come in and ask, and I say, no, that's not for you. No, that's not your nose. Yes, you can have eyes like her, but you aren't her. The real issue, though,
I'm not Dorothy Dandridge. You never told me that.
Oh, my goodness. The real thing is skin wellness, and so I'm incorporating so many other aspects of just regular life and things that people can do, and to say, let's get to the best of you. And I like to do it as naturally, as holistically, all the different great words about, but I want to take it out of the industrial part. So I'm really don't do fillers too many. I don't get the industrial fillers like that. The best filler is your own serum that can puff out the laugh lines, can help with regards to the under eyes. And I've got a whole new system on that where, again, we don't need to go outside of the things that God has already given you.
You're going to go deeper into that. If you're going, what is he talking about? If you did an eye roll, you want to keep it locked. We're talking beauty, we're talking skin, and that's also about health and well-being. All that is going on, and it's only right here.
You can't fix what you won't face.
And we face it every day.
This is KBLA Talk 1580.
Let's celebrate.
Y'all did it.
Loving each other, needing each other.
Hey, Los Angeles. KBLA Talk 1580 is turning 5, and we're celebrating in a big way.
Oh my God.
Join us Friday, June 19th, Juneteenth, 4 to 7 p.m. at the Beehive for our 5th anniversary bash and Juneteenth celebration. We're talking surprise celebrity guests, a special presentation, and a major announcement you will not want to miss.
I can't wait to hear it.
Plus, live music, dancing, games, and enough food and drink to keep the party going.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Of course, you're welcome to bring your own picnic basket, blanket, and lawn chair. And the best part, it's completely free. But here's the thing. You've got to sign up in advance. Space is limited, so don't wait. Head to KBLA1580.com right now and lock in your spot. Friday, June 19th, the Beehive, KBLA Talk 1580. 5 years strong, and we're just getting started.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
Yeah, man.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit. Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed. We are talking with Dr. Paul Wallace, cosmetic dermatologist. So I don't know where to start because there's so much stuff, but you said something that sounded crazy, so let's start with that. We can take our own blood or our own genetic material and use it as filler? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
I'm so confused right now.
Well, the one thing that I really appreciate is that your listeners are well educated. They come to my office having already done their homework, and so we can have a high level discussion. So I'm going to have a little bit of that right now. Everything you need is pretty much in the body. And I'm not talking about the vitamins and the rest of that, but the things. Now think about this: it doesn't matter how old you get, your body somehow still knows how to fix that cut or scrape that you got.
Right.
Those regenerative healing properties are within you. What we've been doing in the past is looking at everything else externally, what I call industrial products that are made to try to fake the funk. But your body can do the best. Now, what you've heard recently, let's say in the last 5 to 6 years, is about this PRP, and that's dealing with regards to platelets. Platelets are the sticky stuff that helps the wounds heal. It helps the cut heal. Well, you can take the cells from that, and right now we have a process where you can harvest your own, and it will stay no matter what age you are. It will stay at the age of when you got first harvested. Don't want to get too complicated here.
Wow.
But the point is that regenerative, that restorative cell line can be harvested, and at any point in time you can use that. What else can it do? It can be a filler, so whether it's going to be under the eyes or in the laugh lines, and it's yours. You don't have to worry about any type of disease processes. You don't have to worry about, will there be some allergic reaction?
Or migration. People will worry about the fillers moving around.
No, it's all that. And it says it's you, so it knows what it knows what to do. Well, the funny thing about it is the name of it is you, Y-O-U, secretone. Wow. And what we're doing with more and more of our patients is taking them away from what they're used to, the common fillers that they were using, and they are using their own stem cells. And it is absolutely fabulous. You come into the office, it takes about maybe an hour to do, but we gather your hair follicles, and at the very root of the hair follicles is where that stem cell is. And what we can do from there, it gets harvested. It takes about 45 days. And like they do with embryos, they freeze those, and you can use those from now to eternity, but they're yours. And there's so many things that we can do to help, again, regenerate. We can help do, it's really an anti-aging thing. It's miraculous in what we've been able to see people do with their own product.
That's why we call it the Wallace Skin and Body Institute. I mean, you guys got stuff to help tighten up the body and all that, without surgery. But the science is really moving fast, isn't it?
It is. What we've been able to do is when you open up one door, they see how that just a vast amount of things can be addressed. So from these same stem cells, you hear the athletes are getting these injections in their joints. Kobe used to go overseas because it hadn't been approved in the U.S.
Really?
yet. He would go overseas into Europe and have joints injected there.
Wow.
You're seeing now that they're using this for cartilage repair. They're using this on cardiovascular things that they're doing. So yes, it's opened up a door in medicine that, again, staying home, using your own products are going to be the absolute best thing to happen.
I mean, it sounds a little Frankensteinish, but also we've heard about people using their own fat to make butts and boobs and all that. So, but what you're talking about is something tiny, microscopic, that we can't even see, right?
Well, you pretty much. It's a little bit big. It's a little bit bigger than that. It's cells, but it's particular part of a cell that is used that can be, again, harvested. It can be grown, and from that you can use. We use it for hair growth or hair loss. We've been dealing with hair loss for the last 15 years and having injections with regards. And people said, so you can use our own blood. What's actually the serum that's there. The blood part of red blood cells are tossed away, and it's the serum. But the difference with what goes on now with you is that it is 34 times more concentrated than it is when we just take your own. So if you harvest it, instead of all of the other products that's there, you get more of the functional unit. And talking about thicker hair, the return of hair. Now, if your follicle is completely dead, we can't just make hair, but there's any part of it that's still alive. So we've been working on the edges for folks and bringing them back alive.
Really?
If
there's any follicle left, the edge may be savable.
There's nothing on the planet that is any better. And if this doesn't bring your hair back, if it doesn't make your hair fuller, there's nothing going to do it. So, start looking at hair pieces and wigs.
Wow. Well, I mean, I said it earlier when we were talking about makeup with McCoy Zeno that the technology is moving so fast. Would you use the phone today that you used in the 90s? But a lot of us are using the makeup and the skin techniques and stuff that we used back then, and I'm sure we've come light years since then when it comes to cosmetic dermatology.
Sure, we don't have to use Pond's and Vaseline anymore.
In fact, probably shouldn't, right?
No, you should. There's some folks who should, but no, the reality is that we know that there's something that's different with regards to our skin. We can't look at a commercial and say, oh, yes, I'm going to use that shampoo, or I'm going to be able to use this type of cleanser or this type of moisturizer. We have to test it on our skin. We have to see whether or not and it's not a matter of whether or not it can just work, but how does it look? We don't want to have that white cast that's on our skin for example, with regards to sunscreens. So not only does it need to be functional, it needs to be cosmetic. It needs to feel good. It needs to smell good. And you said we're moving towards procedures that are done that, again, are more natural, that we aren't using all of the products that the industry would put together, but say, let's use yours. And we found the key to making those multiple times better than they originally are.
Well, it's the Wallace Skin and Body Institute if you want to Google it. We always talk about black don't crack. I always say black don't crack, but it will sag. Mm-hmm. And it's so... let's talk a little bit, and we've got a few minutes here before news, traffic, and sports. Okay. You've got some stuff, Zerf, I don't know how you say it, that and maybe some other things that I don't even know about that deal with the sagging part, not the wrinkles, but
the sagging part.
Yeah,
so we're talking about what do you do to the jowls over here, so that you lift and you tighten. That's a procedure called Zerf, XERF. I know you folks are going to do your homework. Go ahead, Google. Absolutely working well. And you said one of the key things, that whole issue of black don't crack. Well, one, we know it's true, but part of the reason why it's true is because of the amount of collagen that's in there. And collagen are the building blocks. It's the framework of keeping skin taut, keeping skin tight, keeping it where it's supposed to stay. Gravity pulls down. Well, with regards to this process, which usually takes a minimum of 2 sessions, which are about 45 minutes each, it will generate more production of the collagen. Sort of what it does is it breaks the old collagen, forms new collagen, And it is that collagen that's why the black don't crack. It's the one that's still holding and supporting the skin that's there. This process, during the process, what we usually do is like half of the face, and you can see half your face is up, the other face is where it normally supposed to be.
No.
So,
wow.
You know, so
I gotta try this.
It is absolutely.
And when I come in here looking
fantastic.
25, you'll know I didn't. Okay, I'll take 45.
Folks,
35. I'll take 35.
On the website, you can see it, and you'll see a new billboard up about it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I know. I saw the preview of that new billboard, and I'm like, what? I'll be right over. You'll see when you drive up and down La Brea, La Cienega. So Molly Bell said she recently had a blood transfusion, and she wants to know, is that like getting your own? When you talk about getting your own, is that what you're talking about?
No. What happens when I'm talking about, for example, we would take a tube of blood from you. We spin that. We separate the red cells, which are discarded. We throw them away. That serum has components of growth serum in it. It has all types of repair products that are there. And those are what are used right now with regards to hair restoration. Again, athletes getting them in joints. And it's helping to grow. And that's the whole part. Those are where all the regenerative products are. And that serum is what they're having. A blood transfusion, most importantly, are the red cells. And that's carrying oxygen and some other things that are there. So a little separation between that. And again, it only takes a tube of the blood, and that's what we use now. However, with you, Secretone, what we take is a hair follicle. We just take one hair, one at a time, and and we're able to grow your own regenerative cells from that. And with that, we can do all types of cosmetic work.
So you can be like your own Henrietta Lacks.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
The science is moving so fast. And of course, we're talking with Dr. Paul Wallace of the Wallace Skin and Body Institute in the Ladera area. He's still a cosmetic dermatologist to the stars. And we're talking about all the things you can do to look your best as you age. You always say looks count. Not to look like somebody different or to look like somebody snatched your head and put a giant rubber band behind your hair, but to look natural, but also to preserve your beauty and your well-being. And when we come forward, we'll get a little bit more into that. If you have some questions, you can call us 800-920-1580 or jump in the YouTube chat at KBLA 1580. Ask away. Dr. Wallace has answers, and also some of the natural things that we can and should be doing on our own. We always end up talking about that when I'm in your office. Water. So we might as well talk about it on the air since we're going to talk about it in the office. Happy birthday to me. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump is criticizing a court decision halting a $1.7 billion Justice Department fund meant to compensate people he says were targeted under the Biden administration.
The weaponization fund was a beautiful thing.
He also defended January 6th rally-goers, saying they've been treated unfairly. A new statue of Barack and Michelle Obama will welcome visitors to the Obama Presidential Center in Chicago. The bronze sculpture captures the couple during their 2009 inauguration parade ahead of the center's grand opening June 19th through the 21st. The Obama Foundation is a nonprofit collaborator of the Black Information Network. And FIFA has unveiled the official World Cup 2026 album featuring 18 tracks from a global lineup of artists. Highlights include songs by Future and Tyla, Shakira and Burna Boy, and Anita. The album drops Friday, June 5th. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Over 1,000 career strikeouts. He's a force on the mound. Join the Dodgers for Tyler Glasnow's Starter Series bobblehead night, June 6th versus the Angels. The first 40,000 fans get an exclusive Tyler Glasnow bobblehead presented by Blue Shield. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotion.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The New York Knicks continue to put up some impressive numbers. 12 straight playoff wins, 7 straight on the road. In the final 2 minutes and 15 seconds Wednesday night in San Antonio, the Knicks held the Spurs scoreless, an 11-0 run. The Knicks pulled away late in the fourth quarter for a 105-95 win in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Knicks had not lost a game in the postseason since April 23rd, when they were down 2-1 to the Atlanta Hawks in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Knicks guard Jalen Brunson dropped 19 of his game-high 30 in the second half. Here's a couple of bad numbers for the Spurs. They made only 2 of 19 three-pointers in the second half. Spurs star Victor Wembanyama was 2 of 9 on threes. It's time for the Spurs coaching staff to tell the 7'4" Wembanyama to leave that three alone and do his work in the lane. Game 2 is Friday night in San Antonio. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Going to a World Cup match in LA this summer? Ditch the parking stress and ride Metro. With direct service from across LA County, it's the easy way to get there for just $1.75 each way.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. It's high time that we say the quiet part out loud about what we consider a disgrace, an absolute disgrace to the people of South Los Angeles. Destination Crenshaw, or as I call it, Procrastination Crenshaw, was supposed to be a 1.3-mile celebration of Black Los Angeles. Pocket parks, commissioned art, a cultural corridor along Crenshaw Boulevard, stretching from our studios in Leimert Park down to Nipsey Hussle Square. It was set to complete in 2022. That's right, 2022. We are now in 2026, and the Crenshaw community is still waiting. A grand opening was announced for February 2024. That date passed with not a single artwork installed. Then we were promised that construction would be completed by the end of 2024. That date came and went. Our understanding is that as of last fall, the 8th Council District Office was still scrambling to raise additional monies just to restart the project, which has been paused again and again. But here's what makes my blood boil. City officials had the nerve to tell this community the delays are, quote, a necessary inconvenience, close quote. A necessary inconvenience? First of all, who are you talking to? Second, go tell that to the black business owners who have been coping with construction chaos, breathing dust, enduring years of road closures and the scarcity of available parking, confronting unsanitary conditions, losing customers and revenue, all while the project they were promised still sits unfinished. They wouldn't let a project sit this long in any other part of this city. And for what it's worth, our elected official just happens to be the president of the LA City Council. Meanwhile, the city is laser focused on sprucing things up for the World Cup and the Olympics. Please, if this corridor were in Brentwood or Beverly Hills, it would have been completed on time, on budget, and on the cover of every magazine in town. The Crenshaw community deserves better. They deserve the truth. and they deserve what was promised to them. Now, right now. Not when it's convenient, not when the cameras are rolling for the Olympics. Now, this isn't incompetence, this is a pattern. And at some point, neglect becomes a decision. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. As always, we welcome your feedback.
Heard any other talk radio lately that sounds anything like this? We didn't think so. You're listening to Unapologetically Progressive, KBLA Talk 1580.
Alrighty, happy birthday to me. Dr. Paul Wallace is here. And we're talking, I said black don't crack, I always say, but it will sag. And the new product you were talking about is Zerf. It's called, XERF.
Yes.
You have it now.
Yes.
And it's good for the sagging jaw lines, the thing that, what about the neck? Does it work on the neck?
It absolutely works on the neck.
Yay.
And so we were talking earlier about the collagen, and I won't go into too much detail on that. But one of the things that happens with melanated skin is that we make more collagen.
Yay.
So with this process being, as I said, up to 34 times what would normally be with regards to using our regenerative properties, it's just
it sounds like it's one area where we really, as black folks, have an advantage. Because we already have more collagen, and then the Zerf stimulates collagen.
Exactly, and that's why it says wow. And when I was working on the white clients, it was like, okay, this is good. And you look at their brochures and the rest of that. I told Cynosure, I said, no, we're going to do a melanated brochure because you're going to see what the fantastic, and part of it, that's what the billboard shows.
Yeah, we have a head start for once. Okay, we got some questions for you here in the chat. Dr. Wallace, what is an everyday regimen? What product should we use for menopause skin, face, or body? That's Miss Jackson.
Well, it's interesting that we have what we call a menopause facial, but there's that and dealing with having hot flashes. So, but that aside, the important thing again is hydration. I'm not going to say it too many more times, but it's going to be mentioned again.
That means drink your water.
Yeah, drink your water. Get your water in. We especially in the black community are extremely dehydrated, and our body has learned how to work in those conditions. If you put it in the body in a hydrated position, you'll be surprised, overwhelmed on just how well you can do what you need to do. But the important things with regards to skin care is, number one, you need to have a gentle cleanser at a basic minimum that you use twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. Two, moisturization has to do only with the level of comfort that you need. And usually if you're dehydrated, you say, hey, yes, I need to have this more moisture on. But really, you only need to have something very light, like a serum that you would need. You need to have sun protection. Yes, I don't care how dark you are, you need to have sun protection. That sun is one of the things that breaks down that collagen, which is why my white clients have that problem with regards to aging quicker. But with regards to melanated skin, and no, just because you're really dark doesn't mean that you don't need sunscreen. Yes, there is some protection that's there, but it only covers probably about 30 to 40% of what you actually need. So the sunscreens, an SPF 30, which is sun protective factor, will give you 95 to 96% protection against the sun. So don't get fooled by a 45, a 55, a 70, or 85. Plus, all of those things leave a white cast on your skin, and you don't need to have that. So you're washing your face, you have your moisturizer, you have your sunscreen, and that is the basics that you need to do. Everything above that goes to the next level. And that's using things like vitamin C. You can use some vitamin A. That's helps
internally
you with regards,
or topically?
Topically.
I got
we're still talking
some
topically.
vitamin C on the face.
Right. I have very much moved away from things that we have to do orally.
Yeah. You did say that last time, that a lot of the collagen supplements are not really effective.
No,
that we take them internally.
Yes, and remember that if you take something internally, that means it goes all over the body, and there can be I don't want to say side effects, but there can be some unintended consequences with regards to especially overdoing. People like to do mega. They want to do mega vitamins. We want to put on a toner on top of this, on top of that. The skin is very simple, and especially with regards to your face, you've got to be gentle to your face. You've gone, other than your hands, your face gets beat up. It's got the weather, and then people are using brushes and scrubs and
don't do that.
The
brushes are really popular now.
Well,
he said,
you can scrub, you can, and there's nothing theoretically wrong with them. It's how they're used, when they're used, how heavily they're used, and people don't know when that stop is.
So just because Mama used to scrub your face real hard, you don't need to keep doing that.
No, you don't need to keep doing that. And and it isn't a matter of I'm going to do it until I feel some tingling or pain. No, at that time you've already gone past your outer layer of skin, and the nerves are there saying, hey, there's an issue or problem. No, that doesn't mean that it's good. That means that it's bad.
Okay, so the other follow-up question Jackie had is about products for anti-aging or collagen building that are over the counter that you could recommend. I know you have your own line because I have them in my medicine cabinet.
Yes, and we see how good you look.
Thank you very much.
So what I will say is this, that it's hard to get scientific-based information with all the influencers and everyone trying to sell you. Use your internet, Google, and go deep into the questions that you asked. Yes, vitamin C is good, but the quality of the vitamin C, the quantity that's in a particular product, that's why I don't push particular products, because there can be some quality issues with regards to one drop says it has it in, right? But you may need to have, if we were again doing drops, you may need to have 12 drops for it to actually be effective. So I'd say 90% of over-the-counter products only do a portion of what they say they do.
I know you have a sunscreen. I love your sunscreen because it doesn't make us pale. And you have that simple wash. You also have a serum to wear at night, or I guess we could wear it day or night. An eye serum, a face serum. Those are the ones I have in my collection.
With regards to what we carry, and it's been a struggle, and I've made the decision years ago. Quality is going to be the number one thing that we have. So you're going to have the right quantity to make sure that you get the quality that you need to have. So yeah, it's more expensive than over the counter, but what you're going to get is what you pay for.
Yeah. And I also have the mask, the pumpkin mask, enzyme mask. That's really nice.
The pumpkin mask smells great. I tell you, I've had a number of patients talk about they taste.
Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. But you can see the difference after you have it on your skin. Lots of little weird things that were there are not there anymore.
So we're able to use products like cucumber and celery. That's part of what that was newly named the hot flash facial. That actually helps to calm the face, to cool the face. It's built with a series of anti-inflammatory products that we use to again calm it down and let it look the best that it can.
Paul says, wait, what? Your boy can get his hair back without getting my head scarred all up. Man, science has really progressed more than I realized.
Yes, and we're getting more and more men to come in. We appreciate that and let them know for three things. grooming hasn't been the highest of priorities for a number of men that are out, especially my rappers. So we're
picking on you today, Miles and Prince Akili. We're picking on you.
The bling has also got to be the face is looking great, the skin is looking great. So we are able to again get thicker hair, denser hair, fuller hair with using your own blood products.
Does darker skin need more love or does lighter skin need more love from a dermatological perspective, as far as the creams, the serums, the maintenance of our skin?
I think there's less maintenance with melanated skin, but it should always be with love and gentle. You don't need to put on, especially alcohol-based products. Those things dry our skin out. And you don't need to have heavy oil-based products that clog your pores through there. You need to have lighter, gentler products that are used on your face.
And you see what a good job I'm doing today. You always say don't touch your face. I'm really bad about that. I do. But why aren't we supposed to touch our face?
Because if you touch your face on your television or on your phone screen, you can see that print on there. So there's oil and dust, and the fingers pick up all types of things. Of course, let us not forget when we didn't know very much about COVID. And, you can't touch the shopping bags or that. Well, you do indeed. The fingers are magnets, and what happens is you start pushing that into your skin. We really talk about, especially for people who are in that acne age group, touching their skin, pressing on, pushing it into their pores. Well, yeah, that part too. And actually, they exacerbate they make worse the acne that they have. And if they can keep their fingers off their face, you wouldn't touch the ground and then put it in your mouth, but you've touched the ground and put it on your face. So we want you to realize what happens. And one of the things that and there's nothing wrong with you having acne and wearing makeup. It's the type of makeup that you use, and what you don't want to have is anything that clogs pores.
And we got to wash it off at night.
Every time.
Every time. I know I'm guilty sometimes. But look, B-Bell wants to know, does the hair regrowth process work for facial hair? If you got a patchy beard.
Yes, it can work for there, but oftentimes the patchiness is because there's a yeast or a bacteria that's on the face. So it may need to be medically treated to regrow.
Okay, so that might be a different treatment, but you could still fix it.
Sure.
Wallace Skin and Body Institute. Yes. Y'all like, oh, it's makeup. It's for the women. No, we're talking about you being beautiful and ageless, male, female, other, and young, old, or very old.
Yes.
You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominic DePrima when we come forward.
For communities impacted by the war on drugs, cannabis legalization was supposed to create opportunity. But too often, people entered the industry without the information they needed to succeed. This Thursday, LA County Office of Cannabis Management and Life Development University are bringing together professionals from the cannabis industry for a free educational workshop focused on retail, delivery, and testing. You'll hear from people doing the work every day, not consultants, not influencers, but professionals who understand the opportunities and challenges firsthand. If you've ever been curious about cannabis careers, business opportunities, or how the legal market actually works, this is your chance to ask questions and get real answers. Join them Thursday, June 4th, 7 p.m. at the Beehive in South Los Angeles. Free admission, limited seating. Register today at lacountycannabised.org or call 323-747-6728. That's 323-747-6728.
Brothers and sisters!
You need a place where your views are not dismissed, where your voice is not ignored, and where the conversation is always worth having. That place is KBLA Talk 1580, LA's progressive talk radio home. A safe space for real talk about the issues shaping our lives and our future. Because now, more than ever, our voices need to be heard. KBLA Talk 1580. Tune in live on the radio at 1580 AM, on our website at KBLA1580.com, or on our free KBLA 1580 app.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Created with a share of the 1984 Olympic Games surplus, LA 84 began operations in 1985 as a grant-making and educational foundation. Today, the LA 84 Foundation supports hundreds of nonprofit youth sports organizations throughout Southern California annually, trains coaches, commissions research, convenes conferences, and maintains the world's premier Olympic and sports library collection. They are transforming lives and communities through the power of youth sports. To find out about youth sports programs for yourself or your child, and to get information about the grants and support they offer to schools and nonprofits, or if you want to make a donation, please visit la84.org. That's la84.org. Or you can call them at 323-730-4600. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
We are so cute today in honor of Gemini season. And Dr. Paul Wallace is here, but he doesn't care what your astrological sign is. He wants you to look a little better. And Wallace Skin and Body Institute is where you can find him on Instagram. Look for the billboards. They're fab. And where else can we find you?
On all of the normal Facebook, Instagram, you name it.
Same thing, Wallace Skin and Body Institute.
Wallace Skin and Body or Wallace Skin Care.
Okay.
Yes.
And you said you had a special message for us today?
I do. Two things. Number one, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And we would like for you to come and get Zerf.
What?
And so
I can't wait.
We'll do some lifting and tightening through there, and it's going to be fabulous. And folks will be able to see it, and you'll be able to smile on that. What I also want to do is for all the listeners, they come in to say KBLA, and what we'll do is for $100. Normally our consultation fee is more than that, but you can come in and we'll let you test or see, because it is painless. And it's wonderful when folks say, look, this is too good to believe. So we will let you come in, and that $100 will be for your consultation, and we'll let you do a test spot. No, it's not going to lift you with the test spot, but I want you to see how painless it is. And you can also use that towards the cost of the service.
Wow. And anybody can use it, yes?
Yeah, and we're offering that between today and Juneteenth.
Okay, it's a freedom.
So the consultation,
free to look beautiful.
Yes.
When you go to Dr. Wallace's office, this Wallace Skin and Body Institute, you're going to trip out because it's like a Black people museum in there. It's got paintings of all the Black stars, and your boxing memorabilia, and your collection of Black everything.
The Motown room.
Motown. I mean, and your figurines, all these Black figurines. It's really quite
Black beauty.
If you don't feel welcome there, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I don't know how to help you. That's amazing. Thank you for that. Anyone can use this. Are there side effects like the Zerf? What is it? Is it laser? What is it?
No, it's using radio frequency.
Oh, I love that. So radio's my life.
and what that does is it uses heat and but not burning. So there's nothing that's on the surface of the skin that one needs to worry about. It doesn't matter what your color is. It doesn't matter what the texture of the skin is. What does have to happen, especially for the guys out there, you do do have to shave. We can't do it over hair. So you would need to shave to get those minimum of 2 sessions done. The only true restrictions are if you have any metal that is in your let's say in your neck, for example, for people who've had thyroid issues and they have some things that are there, or some type of plate. That would be the only thing that we would really have to say that, no, you couldn't.
But men are getting this too for jowls and sagging faces. Yeah.
If you, again, for double chins and for jowls are those that are on the sides that hang down, as you see, as gravity pulls down. If you put your fingers or your hands on your cheeks and pull down, that's what gravity does.
Even though what this does, to touch our face.
Yeah, well, you got to do it at some time. You got to wash your face. And
right.
So if you do that lift, and so it does 2 things. It will help with regards to sagging, and it will tighten. So
love that.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss Jackson, you can contact him at WallaceSkinandBodyInstitute.com or on any of the socials.
Sure.
She's in Northern California, but you can take a road trip. Come visit.
323-296-3376.
One more time.
323-296-3376. And that 3376 is Derm.
Okay. In case. Well, we're almost out of time here, but Yogi Fish wants to know, he said his father worked around around a lot of dirt and had smooth skin. Is dirt or mud good for black skin?
There's a certain type of mud, just the same way that you have mud baths, but no, what you have outside is not it.
It's probably because he was working hard, right, and sweating.
Yes.
Because exercise and perspiring is great for the skin, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, and you told me when I first met you, one of the reasons I've gotten away with not doing more sooner was because I do drink my water, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, I work out all the time.
Being healthy starts on the inside, yes. So your diet plays a tremendous role. Your hydration plays a role, and exercise. It increases the blood flow, the circulation through the face in particular. So absolutely, and those things will not only help what you look like, it'll make you look better, feel better, and do better.
Yay. We want to look better, feel better, and do better. And thank you so much for helping us do all of those things. Dr. Paul Wallace is here. Every time he comes, we say we're going to talk about anti-aging, but we end up talking about disease or something.
Not today.
Today we got after it. So thank you for that. It's perfect timing. And by the way, I am going to be at the Dunbar Hotel for some big announcements from the LA Jazz Festival. So if you want to stop by at 10, it's free. You're welcome. Dwight Tribble will be there performing with his band straight out of Leimert Park, and you're going to get some great information about a giant jazz festival on the beach coming this summer. Of course, Wallace Skin and Body Institute. You can find me at DiPrima Radio, DiPrima, and then radio everywhere on Instagram especially, but everywhere else too. And the station is at KBLA 1580. Tavis Smiley's up next. He was at Ain't Misbehavin', the play last night, too. I saw him. I saw Cornel West, Glenn Turman, Oba Babatunde, Chris Holden. It was a star-studded night, and they're open until June 9th. Like my mama, the late poet laureate of San Francisco, used to say, history is now. Like I always say, we're making it together. Until tomorrow, I hope you'll celebrate like it was your birthday. Until next time.